Hello, and today we are looking at the Gemini 200 Royal Air Force Airbus A321neo in 1/200 scale. And as you can see, this model comes packaged in this really nice, sturdy box, which has, of course, Gemini 200, the airline it flew with, or in this case, force it flew with, and its model again, Airbus A321neo, and it's all very nicely in this gold writing to show that it's like a nice premium product looking very nicely. Of course, on the front we have an image of the plane identical to the one found inside this box, which we'll be looking at in a bit, but let's just have a quick further look around. And then on the back you have, of course, what a Gemini jet is, all again written in this very nice gold, just to let you know that this is a very, very nice product. The box is very sturdy. Just hold down this little clip where you can just pop up and lift up. And as you can see, this model is held very firmly and securely in this layer of foam, which you could just lift up the top. And as you can see here, we've got a stand, which we'll be looking at towards the end. Let's just take out the stand pieces now. And there you have it. See, as you can see, it sits very nicely and firmly, safely within this foam. Now let's take it out of the foam and have a nice up-close look at this model. So just nice and gently remove it out. Now this is a nice die-cast metal model, but some of the smaller details may still be delicate, so you should always handle with care. Now let's take this and move the box out of the way so we can get a good look at the model. So here it is, the Royal Air Force Airbus A321neo in all of its wonderful detail. And as you can see, as this is a 1/200 scale model, which is twice the size of the regular 1/400 scale models, the details are much more pronounced, and you can see everything much, much clearer. So let's start with the wings, off to the big detailed part. As you can see, we've got things like the flaps and the ailerons here, and you can see the blended wing tips, or sharklets as they're otherwise known, on this model. Moving on, you can see the lovely detailed jet engines. You can see inside, super detailed, and the back of them as well. Just the level of detail all across is very, very nice. Just really like it. And of course, you can see on the wingtips as well, we have the livery also on there. Moving to underneath the wings, you can see we have the registration written here of GX80W, and we'll get into a little bit about what this plane has been up to later on. And as you can see underneath, just staying here, we can see lovely details such as very nice detailed landing gear. They actually have actual rubber wheels, and you can see, I don't know if you can see fully, but they do actually roll, and all three of them do. You can see a little Gemini Jets logo, and you see a little bit hole here, and that's where the stand fits into, which again we'll get into a little bit later on. And actually got tons of printing all across underneath to really show those details. Coming back to the top, you can see here we've got a little light. It's a little piece of like reflective, it's a little red and it's reflective, so it really makes it give you the effect. It's an actual light rather than just like a solid red block. Moving on to the tail of the plane to look at the stabilizers, you can see the elevators and the rudders on the horizontal and vertical stabilizers very nicely. Moving towards the cockpit, it's very nice, see the little antennas all across the model. You know, that really nice attention to detail. And now let's look at this side. See, this level of detail runs all across this lovely model. And of course, we haven't spoken about the livery yet, which we'll get into now. So as you can see, this has the Global Britain livery, and this livery was introduced by the British government in 2020, and it was for aircraft transporting like VIPs such as the British royal family, the Prime Minister, and other senior governmental officials. And you can tell by this is a British plane, by the big British flag on the tail. As you can see, it starts here, runs all the way along, ending all the way over here. And you can see dotted across it are tons of little British flags here. We've got one here, one on the door here, just the words United Kingdom written on the plane. And it's the same on the other side as well. Got the big flag on the tail, little one above a window, and another one on the door, with the words United Kingdom written, and they're also on the outside and inside, as you can see here, of the winglets. Now go back to the model. This is the Airbus A321neo, which is a part of the Airbus's A320 family of planes, and more specifically, their family of A320neo family of planes. Now the A321neo has the longest fuselage of any Airbus narrow-body airliner, and the Airbus A321neo began production in 2014, first flew in 2016, and entered full service in 2017. Now, this particular plane, the one with the registration of GX80W, is actually owned by a company called Titan Airways, and for a while was contracted to the UK government to be used by the Prime Minister and other senior government officials as transport. That's why it was given the Global Britain livery rather than a standard Titan Airways livery, and that's why it's listed under Royal Air Force, as this was an official plane of the United Kingdom. Now, this plane first flew for the UK government in early 2021 and was replaced about a year later in April 2022 with another identical Airbus A321neo, and this plane returned to Titan Airways, so you will not see this plane in this livery anymore. So this is now a limited edition item. You won't see this plane like this anywhere else but here, or in like photos. So this is a very nice piece, perfect for any collector of, planes. And it's a great display piece as well, just like tons of details all across this model. Of course, you've got the big flag, which is just a really nice detail. It's a really nice livery. And of course, like I said, it comes with a stand, which is made up of 3 parts. And you just push the 2 parts in, like so. So you got the stand just like that. And then you just push it into the bottom of the plane. Like so. So there you go, the stand just fits on like that. And then you can have it on display, super easy. Now, it's a great piece for any, collection. Lovely display piece. And with its scale of 1/200, it's got a very nice size. A wingspan of about 17.5 centimeters and a length of about 23 centimeters, each with its own stand. It's just a wonderful piece, great for any collector to have on display. And it's available now from modelcorner.co.uk.